Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on an Emirates 777. I'm just talking watches and drinking coffee. Talking watches and drinking coffee. In business class on Emirates. Hi guys, Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, we're doing a paid review because I really do need the cash. Paid review. This is paid review 9SE3, and I'm wearing today a ArchieLuxury Reverso Grande 8, and I've changed the shoes. It's wearing a Theo and Harris Type 1 strap, and I think it looks quite beautiful. Okie dokie, let's jump in. This is for Matthew. Hi Arch, huge fan of your content and wish I found you earlier on my watch collecting journey. I have found your insights and advice absolutely invaluable. I love all the advice you give and find your life story of ups and downs completely fascinating. I've been your more recent videos highlighting your decision to obtain 4 Pateks. I've been lucky enough to be quite successful in my professional career working for a large American-based tech company, so have built up the collection in the last 3 years. I've sent you $100 US, and I know money is tight for you right now. My collection. Number 1, Omega Seamaster 2255.80 electric blue dial Bond watch from Tomorrow Never Dies. Says 41, but seems to wear a bit small on my wrist. This was my first watch and given to me by my father in around 2003 to 2005. Can't remember the exact date. Number 2, Tag Heuer Monaco in steel blue dial with red hour markers and white chrono dial. Automatic with date, black leather folding class, reference CAW211P.FC6356. I purchased this watch to get married in 2 years ago. I feel in love with it when I saw your earlier videos on the Monaco, and it oozes Steve McQueen cool. You definitely steered me in the right direction with that watch, as it's one of my favorites. And finally, the Omega Speedmaster Ultraman, my favorite watch, and I purchased this to commemorate the birth of my first child. Equally, I was inspired by your Man on the Moon videos, and it was clear you were very passionate about the Speedy. However, I wanted something a bit different with the orange chrono hand. I had planned to put this on steel, but the cunt said Omega AD won't touch it or allowed me to sell a steel bracelet for it, so it's currently on an Omega NATO. These are my main pieces. I also have an SKX000 and an old 70s Seiko Navi timer given to me by my father, and a Tag Caliber 8 blue dial on steel. Fairly sure I know your thoughts on these, however they do hold sentimental value. I'm thinking my next watch will be an Explorer 1 39mm. Would love your thoughts, or alternatively this purchase will be to celebrate my next milestone, my 40th. This is in a couple years time. Thank you so much. Big fan, Big Maddie D. And I gotta tell you, man, this is a sort of story I like to hear about. These are collectors who are real people. They're not pretend. They're not just rich fuckers who just buy the store out. These are people who have to save and scrimp, go through life, and etc. etc. I've got to tell you, it's always a pleasure to hear from people who have gone into this hobby long term. You know, you've gone in, it's a long term investment. I must say the Omega Seamaster, the electric blue dial, I quite like. That's got the, you know, the very much the sword hands there, very much like that type of piece. Look, some people would argue.
Oh. Hey ArchieLuxury fans, if you're into luxury, then you gotta be into 66 Buick Rivieras. Check out my son and I, Alex, as we restore this beautiful 66 Buick.
Neighbors are having a picnic, you know, having fun and stuff. Me, I'm doing cars. It's what I've done my whole life.
So I got to tell you, some people would say you should have gone for subbies, but hey, I think you could have done a lot worse than an Omega Seamaster. It's a great watch. It's a great watch. It's they're actually a bit of a bargain. It's a bit of a they've really plummeted a bit. They're a bit soft, but I think they are a great watch. And what a story! Your dad bought it for you. So hey, man, that's pretty cool. Now you've got the Tag Heuer. Tag Heuer. You can't go wrong with Tag Heuer Monaco. That is one of the sexiest beasts around. I really do love that Monaco. I got to tell you, the Steve McQueen Caliber 11 or the Caliber 12, I think they are both pretty damn cool. Do I prefer one or the over the other? Look, I'd probably prefer the Caliber, you know, the Caliber 11, the traditional Steve McQueen watch, but I would have to say you can't really go too wrong with either way there. You know, it's a classic. It's a classic. It was one of the rumored to be the world's first automatic chronograph. It's 1969. It came out. Great story. Fantastic piece. So yeah. I kind of get that. You know, all that history there. It's pretty damn cool. The other thing is that it's pretty damn cool to have just your icons. And I would really say you want to build on your icons there. You've got the Omega Speedmaster Ultraman. That's a great watch. That's the reissue. Very, very collectible, valuable, cool, funky as fuck type of watch. I gotta say, reading this review, I'm just thinking to myself, I don't want to say this to him. I don't want to upset the poor boy. I hope he gets Rolex. I hope he gets a Rolex. And sure enough, what's the next piece you're talking about? One of the all-time classics, Explorer 139mm. Thank God. Yes, sirree. That is a very cool watch. That's a great watch. I think the Explorer 1 is a very unique watch in the sense it's a sports watch, but it could pass as a dress watch because it's so iconic and classic. It's a no date, 3-hand, meaning hours, minutes, and seconds. No date, no complication, just simple chronometer grade movement. Very nicely done. And I honestly, I was reading this, I was thinking, man, I hope he gets a Rolex. Get a Rolex. Come on, man, get a Rolex. Get a Rolex. Get a Rolex. And you've snatched it. You said, right, you want to get a Rolex next. And I had nothing wrong with Explorer 1. Explorer 1, I would say definitely get Steel Sports Rolex. Any of those Steel Sports Rolex. Explorer 1 is ideal. Milgauss is ideal. Air King, the new 40mm Air King is ideal. Any of those. Sub no date is ideal. Any of those Steel Sports Rolex, and I'd be over the moon. So I think you're on the right path. You're moving in the right direction. You're 40th. You know, that's quite a nice. See, the thing is, in life, these fucking watches are expensive. They are very expensive. Watches are not cheap. You've got a nice little following here. Nice bundles. Some great watches to mark some important decisions. I think it's great. I must say, you know, the Seamaster, I've had a few. You know what I really miss is the quartz Seamasters. They just accurate, beautifully well made. You know, just nice piece. And I got to tell you, yes, I sold my Monaco. Yes, it's gone. Didn't make money. I did it to get into Rolex, then the Rolex into Patek. It wasn't about money. It was, I got to tell you, this Steve McQueen was very, very, very cool. It is a extremely cool watch. Even the caliber 12, I don't hate. I don't hate it. I like the caliber 11 better, but the caliber 12, I don't hate it. You know, it's funky as fuck. So I mean, I'm quite keen on that. I think get the Rolex. That'd be beautiful, man. Get a Rolex in there. And you know, for your 50th, I'd be looking at a Reverso. That's what I'd be doing, man. Get a fucking Reverso for your 50th. I reckon, man, you got a fucking beautiful collection. I think, you know, I get a lot of sustenance from your collection. You haven't gone crazy. A lot of people, you know, they go crazy, but it's the long-term collections that really add substance. When someone's added pieces slowly and they've put a lot of thought into it, that's the enjoyment I get. So I must say it's very good to mark occasions. I think it's really cool. I can't criticize the Seamaster Electric Blue Dial. What I think of, that's just a classic, iconic Omega quality watch. Tag Heuer Monaco. I actually miss mine. Yes, I do. I thought that was a lovely watch. And the Ultraman's cool. Ultraman's cool. Add a Rolex. Fuck. That's brilliant advice there. Yeah, just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy, wear, and I think that is a great way to go. Alternatives? No. You're asking there, would love your thoughts. I think the Explorer one is a fantastic piece. Alternatives or that 10 to 15,000? No. Explorer one is ideal, man. Absolutely ideal. It is ideal. It's ideal. You don't need anything more. I think the Explorer one is perfect. Just don't over-analyze it. Just pull the trigger. Get an Explorer one. It's such a cool watch. I think it's probably one of the coolest sports Rolexes. Just simple. Less is more. It's from that kind of thought process. I think that's really good. I'd like to see you add a Reverso. I love my Reverso. You know, just it's a cool piece and such a. I love Reverso, and I've got to be honest with you there. I myself, I'm very much someone who, you know, I used to flip and churn. Now I'm very much someone who likes to get thought process and mark a special occasion. I got this for my 40th, and I also got an annual calendar because that's my business. I mean, let's face it, it's not that I'm rich. It's just that that's my business, my YouTube business, and I had to sell it for personal reasons. And thank God I got it back. Got it back. So that's really quite cool. Very cool indeed. So that's nice to have. Very nice to have, to own, to cherish, to keep. So it's that's what I enjoy having there. So yeah, I quite like the wristwatches. I quite like them, and they give me a lot of enjoyment. So there you go, guys. I'm Paul Pluta. This has been a paid review. Thank you, Matthew. This paid review helps me a lot because, fuck, I can't survive on Google ad money. I can tell you that much. Paid reviews keep me full-time on YouTube, so I want to thank you. Guys, if you haven't done a paid review, it would be really appreciated. Do a paid review. I chat, I try and give you 10 minutes of video content. I have to research it a bit, put the video together, edit it, upload it, check it. So it's very cool. Like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, get a paid video done. Advertising on the fridge. Also Patreon. Just look down below in the description. You can sponsor me on Patreon. I get you If you're a Patreon person, I send you secret vids. Secret vids. Yes, secret vids. So guys, until next time, ciao, fuckaroonies! David SW. David SW. David SW. Who does ArchieLuxury recommend is the greatest grey market dealer in America? There's only one choice. David SW. That's right, guys. I've got to tell you the honest truth. I have for a long time been looking for the perfect answer. Who do I recommend people go to see? Who do I recommend that people can go and buy watches? And I've got to be honest with you. The greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet is David SW. David SW. David SW. DavidSW.com. That's right, guys. I have been looking for a contact who I can very nicely refer people to. I am not in the selling business. Customer service, I'm too old to sell watches. I'm too old. I like to recommend my viewers to a reliable source. In Australia, I've got some great sources. There's Sydney Watch Exchange with Cove, Ronnie at Vintage Watch Co, Shani at European Watch Gallery. And in America, who is the best source for pre-owned Rolex? For all the hot models, there's only one person I would recommend, David SW. David SW, David SW. That is the premier source for pre-owned Rolex. I gotta be completely frank and honest with you. Guys, if you are looking for a hot Rolex model, there is only one place you can go to. David SW. David SW. David SW. Let's be honest, guys. There's no point schmoozing the dealers, the ADs. They're just a waste of time. Unless you're going to buy 20 pieces, you are wasting your time. What you're better off to do is pay the market premium and go to a good pre-owned dealer. Who do I recommend? David SW. David SW. David SW. That's correct, guys. I want to tell you this now. I 100% stand behind David SW. David SW, the greatest pre-owned dealer in the entire United States of America. That's right. The greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, for Patek Philippe, for Audemars Piguet, David SW. He even does things like FP Journe. David SW. David SW. David SW. That's right. If you want to buy a pre-owned Rolex, a Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, there's only one good source I would recommend. David SW. David SW. David SW. I'm Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III, and I'm proud to recommend David SW. See you later. Thank you for watching this channel.